welcome to another episode of EVTV. I'm your anchor, Jamie Rawlings.
And I'm your co-anchor, Jonas Ortega.
We have a very informational episode for you this week. Here at EVTV, we don't get a lot of field trip opportunities.
But when we do, they're pretty awesome.
Some of our crew just had an amazing opportunity to go to the Capitol in Denver. For more, we go to our EVTV correspondents at Capitol Hill.
On Monday, Eagle Valley Student Media went to Capitol Hill in Denver for Colorado Student Media Association's annual press conference. Student journalists from around the state asked questions about education and health, but the underlying theme of the day was the value of media. One clear concern from all the student journalists was the current relationship between the media and our President Donald Trump.
The fact that President Trump has directly attacked the media, specifically even it's seen a lot through him tweeting, which is actually using a form of media, saying that it's fake news. He's using his power of his title in order to kind of sway the American people to believe only his opinion.
I don't think it's very fair. I think that the media has always had a bad reputation. I think there's a lot that can be done to change that with our generation building up the media again for a better reputation.
I feel it's very dangerous how the media is being treated, specifically Trump calling the press the enemy of the people. This is obviously a very important issue that should concern both Democrats and Republicans. A lot of the dictators that have risen to power, some of the worst in history, Hitler, Joseph Stalin, they have started by taking away freedom of press.
Politicians responded to the students' concerns about media with reassurance that media is crucial to the American democracy.
First of all, the media and the press play a very critical role in any democracy.
We cannot survive as an independent Republican form of government nation without an active media.
Freedom of the press is not just important to democracy, it is democracy.
The clear message from Capitol Hill is that here in Colorado, we value the media, and we as student journalists need to continue to be transparent and honest journalists.
What an amazing opportunity that must have been. So cool.
Speaking of amazing, we have some pretty awesome additions to the school that just got approved.
For more on the newly approved building plans, we go to our reporter, Ryan Boki.
Hello, my name is Ryan Boki. In the past, the school has had some construction. The new construction that we're about to get is due to population.
School's changing a lot because of population. So in my time here from 2011, we'll go from less than 700 students to 1,000 to 1,300. So almost, nearly doubling our population.
Along with new room to move around in the school, Mr. Doan explains their 3 goals for the new school.
We have 3 main goals. One is to meet the growth, so to have the classroom spaces that we need. Number 2 is to improve the flow of the building, how students move around. There's obviously some choke points and narrow hallways, so hopefully get better student traffic. And the third thing is to value add some programs. So redoing things like the culinary programming, adding health, human sciences, hospitality, including athletic training as part of that will be something that's new. So we'll be able to add some programs in these new spaces.
These are just ideas right now, but we do know this for sure.
From the plans that I have seen, the area over by the Spanish teachers would kind of become a bit more of a courtyard. And so they would kind of be making this T into more of a square looping back toward the teacher parking lot. So you're going to see 3 main changes. One will be where the tennis courts currently are is going to be a health and human sciences and hospitality building. So it'll be a completely separate building on our campus. On the south end of the main gym, we're adding locker rooms and athletic training facility. And then on the south end where currently the science classrooms are, the 4 science classrooms, those will go away and we'll complete an addition that connects that part of the building back over to the legacy hallway by the wood shop area. So we'll have like a quad. And then I guess the other big thing is we're acquiring the trailer park to our south. So we're going to increase student parking and traffic flow to the back of the building, add athletic fields for competition and for practice.
But don't worry, there are still educational aspects in the new construction.
But then also to help with our college and career readiness, and kind of adding some spaces that will help teachers and help add classes that help students to be better prepared after high school. But then also helping to add what we in the education world would call like collaborative workspaces, as in like, I know I tend to do a lot of group work in class, and so spaces that are conducive to group work.
Unfortunately, the construction will affect students.
Yes, for the next 2 years, year and a half, we're going to experience a lot of construction on campus. So there'll be equipment, there'll be construction workers, there'll be loss of parking for a while they move these things. There'll be a lot of noise, there'll be smells, there'll be, I guess when they did it last time, there were fire alarms that just randomly went off. So there'll be a lot to deal with.
But don't worry, this new school will help students graduate.
I think it would help all students to graduate feeling more comfortable with what's going to happen after high school. And then I think long term it'll give a lot more hands-on and experiential learning that is beneficial, even if you don't experience things in the same content area of what you're learning. I think that it will create a more meaningful learning experience.
Wow, I can't wait to see how all of this looks when it's done.
I'm sure it'll help improve our school a lot.
Hey Jonas, you know what? Something that really bothers me?
Are you thinking of what I'm thinking of?
PDA. For more on that, we go to our reporters Sammy Warner and Johnny Carrillo for an important PSA.
You know all that hugging, kissing, and hand-holding stuff we see in the hallway? Well, that's PDA, public display of affection. It makes many of us feel uncomfortable, jealous, or just weird. Johnny and I went to the school hallways to see how some students actually felt about PDA. Have you ever been a witness of PDA in the hallway?
Yes.
Yes, many times. No.
Yes.
We also asked some students how it made them feel.
How does PDA in the hallways make you feel?
Sometimes kind of annoyed, I guess.
It's kind of gross.
Obviously, PDA makes people in our school feel very uncomfortable.
Like, why would you do it in the hallways? You have other places to do it. Why do it at school?
Extremely uncomfortable. I just really don't like it.
What is PDA?
Public display of affection.
Oh, it's kind of weird.
It just makes me feel like awkward because they're just like making out and stuff and it's awkward.
Makes me feel disgusted.
So next time you feel like chilling with Bae, don't do it in the hallway. Back to you in the studio.
Does PDA bother you?
Yeah, it does. Well, that's all we have for you this week. Join us next week for more EVTV.